Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday and welcome to Fools Rush In. We have another new game that we're going to try this evening, and we want to know if you're going to be able to get these quicker than tonight's panel. We'll explain how this is going to work after the intro. As I say, I hope you had a good weekend. And your week has started well. We've got a 4-strong team tonight. Before we say hello to them, let's roll the titles.
Take my hand, take my whole life too, but I can't help falling in love with.
And as is traditional for Fools Rush In, I have a food-based entry question for everybody. That is panelists and also those watching along this evening. We have, as always, our tweets are open if you'd like to message us or send comments on anything you hear this evening on there, or live chat is available on Facebook Live and YouTube. And today's entry question is, give me some inspiration for something that's not typically associated with barbecues, but we should absolutely be having on a barbecue. That'll be the question for you and tonight's panel, which I will begin welcoming one of the, almost certainly the brains behind this particular operation. Good evening, Woody.
Good evening, Fifey. Almost immediately, as soon as I've suggested it and started researching ready for tonight's quiz, I'm immediately regretting this idea because I'm also a little bit gutted, and please put BTB on last because everybody will then understand that I haven't quite gone all out for this.
Yes.
Which has been running through my head all day, which definitely was not the reason I was messaging you to say, do we have to do it tonight? But yes, how was your weekend, Fifey? Good show on Friday, by the way.
Thank you. My weekend was good. I was actually down in Swindon meeting Hunter, my new nephew, giving him some bespoke FRI baby merch, which is been very popular. And so yeah, it was a lovely weekend. And then yesterday, after I travelled back, I got to go over to a local non-league ground and watch a friend of mine who was playing for Sands United. Nice. Another one of the Sands United teams. So I spent the evening watching that, which was very, very entertaining, and almost made me believe that there is a future for me in non-competitive football, watching some of them playing. But for them, of course, it's all about the cause,
yes,
and not the caliber. I apparently some people are suggesting there's an issue with live chat. I don't know if that's on just Facebook, just YouTube, or both. I've got comments from myself coming in. If a few people could just send some comments in, calling us names or saying hello or anything, just so we can see if it's working, please. That would be fantastic, because I'm not sure why that wouldn't be working. In the meantime, we'll say hello and good evening to panelist number 3. How are you, Nick?
Yeah, I'm very good, Fifey, and obviously you've had a good weekend with the wee one. Beautiful pictures that you posted, really good.
Yeah, it was lovely. We've got some YouTube comments coming in. I can see Ben's commented, oi, oi.
Oi, oi.
Mike's put evening all. So YouTube seems to be working. Anyone watching on Facebook, it'd be great if you could also just send a message of some description so we can see if that's working, please. How was your weekend, Nick?
Fairly quiet, to be honest. Didn't do a lot. Chilled out, watched a bit of football. That's about it. So yeah, pretty boring, to be honest. So nothing much happening.
Any more thoughts on the tattoo since Friday?
Yeah. Well, I won't take up Liam's suggestion. That's for sure. Thanks for that, pal. No, I reckon I've got to go and see Jojo, so I'll have a little chat with Jojo because she's going to be, I think, holding my hand when I have it done. That's the tattoo.
Lovely. Oh, dear me. And now our fourth panelist for this evening, maybe they were referring to Craig. Craig's not working, says Mike. Our fourth panelist for this evening, let's say hello and good evening to the man who really has made the effort this evening. Good evening, Ben.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm all right. I'm doing my very best Andrew Hall's impression today, the great commentator that he is. So in homage to him and his long words, that's why I use homage, and he likes long words because he's a very clever man. I thought I'd come dressed as him.
And
yeah.
In preparation for tonight, have you been researching long words you can use?
Yep. Like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I can actually say that one.
How can you say that, but you can't say McEachran or Iandolo?
Macakin. I have no idea. Maybe I just like winding people up. I don't know.
Gents, before we get started, Mike said homage is 6 letters.
It's long for me.
Yeah, this is Fools Rush In.
Well, 4 letters is usually our maximum.
It might be, but Arch did refer to us as tools earlier, so maybe it's Tools Rush In these days.
I think so.
Before we start, do any of you have an answer to today's intro question? Something people don't associate with barbecues, but should absolutely be done on a barbecue. Woody, you were on first. Any ideas?
Well, people always seem surprised when I say shark steaks are good on a barbecue, because I have had shark on a barbecue before, which is really juicy, really nice. Yeah, and I've also once upon a time. Do you remember in the Chinese you get like banana fritters, right? Yeah.
Very difficult to make at home. Everyone gets it wrong.
Yeah. So if you scrap the batter part, right, get the banana, get some golden syrup, and then unfortunately put a little bit of sugar over it just to really give you a heart attack. Wrap it in foil, and then because the brown sugar caramelizes it a little bit.
Of course.
Wrap it in foil, put that on the barbecue, and it comes out, and that is nice. That is a nice little, when the barbecue's dying down a little bit, and you're kind of like, I can't be bothered to open the burgers up and get like more burgers up. Just a little bit of dessert to get everybody by.
There you go. What a start. Cooking with tools. This feature will be known as. And thank you, Greg, who's put evening all, proving that, or showing us that the Facebook live chat is also working. That is fantastic news. Nick, you strike me as someone that's definitely had kangaroo on a barbecue.
I've had kangaroo actually, but not on a barbecue.
You would have done. I absolutely knew you would have had kangaroo.
Of course, went to Australia. It was on the menu. So, and it was really, really tender, really nice meat. So, Well, they said it was kangaroo, so I've got to take their word for it. So it could have been anything. Because how do you know?
Well,
So,
indeed. How
yeah,
about something niche from
barbecue.
you, then?
I mean, I must admit, I'm a steak man. If I'm doing a barbecue, whopper steak on there. But my missus likes corn on the cob, which I can't stand. But taking Woody's idea, actually, just split a banana and put that on the old barbecue. As long as you've got I'll use a sheet that goes over the grid so it doesn't stick. That would probably be quite nice, actually. I'll have to try that one.
Okay. Ben, yourself, anything niche ever thrown on a barbecue?
By the way, sweet corn is amazing. Just as long as you've got like a heart attack with butter submerged into it, then that's amazing. I'm going to say
a lump of butter.
These things usually are cooked on them, but a traditional English breakfast, first thing in the morning, whack on the old barbecue, because you can do that.
So do you mean like you barbecue like the egg, the hash browns?
Well, you can. You can't. It's going to be hard to barbecue an egg unless you've got bread on the barbecue. But and the hash browns you can. I'm sure you can. I wouldn't do beans.
No.
That might be a bit of a disaster. But the rest of it you can. And yeah. And it tastes better. Things taste better barbecued. And not propane gassed. Barbecued. I mean proper smoky barbecue.
Okay.
Though
charcoal and all.
propane, yeah. Though propane is wonderful. People want to, it just tastes like you've done it in the oven. Barbecue.
Joe suggesting salmon with lemon and fillet steaks in the Archer household.
Yeah, salmon's quite good.
On the barbecue. Please
On
do.
bread.
Kieran, who it was that messaged to tell us the live chat, has just sent us a message saying, to be fair, it's even blocked on my other secret YouTube account. Must be a him issue. So sorry, Senor Fifey. That's fine, Kieran. Glad to know that you've managed to find a way of watching us and Love Island at the same time. Well done.
Yeah, he loves his Love Island though, doesn't he,
He loves
Kieran?
his Love
He
Island.
loves it.
I think I've finally reached the point of being too old. I lost interest last year.
There was one during the winter, wasn't there, at Love Island, and I just wasn't really like, well. But it was, it doesn't actually get good until they start separating them and put them in the other place, whatever it's called, Casamore, and then it's quite good because then they start cheating on each other and they start having a go.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. See that flowing out the window? That's all Nick's respect for me. Just gone out the window.
Yeah, that's a lot of respect he had for you there, Ben.
Fluttering
there's
away.
still plenty,
Hey,
Ben. Don't worry, mate.
Hey,
You've got plenty in the bank.
I can excuse. I said I was forced to watch it at the time. I don't know if they.
Yeah.
I was forced to. That was it.
Of course.
That's what we'll say.
Forced.
So yes, we have a game this evening, and we are going to attempt to reenact historic moments in football. Not just STFC related. We've got a mix of Swindon Town, England internationals, and some Premier League mixed in as well. What we're going to try and do is we're going to take it in turns to do our alternative commentary of the event, and see if the rest of the panel and everyone who's been gracious enough to join us this evening, watching along, can guess what those. What is Ben doing? Why can't I hear chains? It's like he's gone into the torture chamber.
Extraordinary.
I knew you'd get a microphone.
Sorry.
So yes, we're going to take it in turns. We're going to do some alternative commentary of moments that have happened in football, and see if the team can guess what it is. And obviously, we challenge you to try and get it before the rest of the panel do. I think we've kind of done a range of 4 or 5 each. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on and who's going to go the most authentic, throw the emotion of the live action into it as well. But before all that, Ben,
Yes.
if I may, you tweeted, and I'm hijacking, I think it was Mike, something Mike tweeted earlier. You said something has to happen, surely, STFC.
Yeah.
And then we find out that Morgan Roberts has a new club.
Well, a player that we've released has gone to a non-league club. So that's the extent of our. Well, we've heard of anything for the last 3 weeks, really, isn't it? So the excitement. I wish him all the best. Was it Brackley Town, something like that? So I wish him all the best there. It's a shame that he didn't actually get any sort of proper run out or spell. I thought there was moments where he looked like he had a bit of promise, but neither manager wanted to give him a run out really. So it was a bit of a wasted wage. I think we paid for him as well, which makes it even worse. So yeah, there it is.
To be fair, mate, as much as your point is 100% valid, when you consider what we've been rumoured to pay some of the other players, his wage was probably the least wasted.
Yeah, no, his wage probably was the least wasted. But I wish him all the best, and I hope he gets in. I think National League might be his level, so I hope he has a good season and then progresses that way.
Woody, I know you were desperate to say it might be ours.
No.
I saw the reaction as
No.
Ben said that.
Don't you know, pump it up, the Swindon's going up.
Let's not start this again.
Come on within. You'll not see nothing like the mighty Flynn. I swear, I'm going to get that song going.
Good luck to you.
Me and Ned will just bounce it out on our own when we're losing 3-0 to Crew.
Crawley.
3-0 to Crawley.
Oh dear me. Right, shall we get going then, lads? And does anyone want to volunteer themselves to go first?
What are we
Seeing
trying to
as
guess?
Woody's idea.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Woody's idea. Woody can go first. I've just found my first one on the internet, and I've got to chat along whilst it's happening.
Okay, so what were you going to ask there, Woody?
I was going to say, what are we trying to guess? Are we going to try and guess who? Have we all picked goals, or have we just picked highlights?
I've done highlights.
I've just done goals.
Nick?
I've got 5 goals.
We'll try and guess as much as we can. If it's just the moment,
cool.
then fine.
Yeah.
But if we can build on that, if you know the game, if you know the players involved, etc., happy days.
Yeah, the ones I've done, it'll be guess the actual match.
Okay. Let's and we've all agreed that none of us are going to jump in. We're going to wait until the piece of commentary is finished before we start guessing.
Yeah.
And everyone's hidden their live chats as best as they can, so they can't see what anyone watching along has said.
I can't see it without clicking on it anyway. So.
Good. So, Woody, are you happy to go first?
No, but I will.
Good lad.
Come on, Woody!
Come on, Woody. Good luck.
I think I've chosen a good one. Not a good one, an easy one. An easy one, sorry. Right. Right. And here we are, back in Buckinghamshire. Thanks, Fifey. We've got a free kick to Swindon here now. Let me just have a look. Oh, this could be an important free kick, It would definitely be an equaliser. One of the best strikers ever known, probably one of the strongest strikers ever known, has nearly scored for the opposition at the other end. He's just lining it up. I'm going to say about 40 yards out. Oh, he's rifled it right into the top corner, Fifey. Absolutely rifled it into the top corner. He is wheeling away in celebration. Those Swindon fans are fucking freezing here on a Tuesday night, and he is buzzing for it. Absolutely brilliant. I'll tell you what, this probably means that the opposition are probably going to score in about 5 minutes before the end, but we will take this goal because it is scored from an absolute left-wanded magic kid. Thanks, Fifey.
Wow, I love the proper emotion. It wasn't just read out as well, Woody. You've kicked us off well. Ben, you were very animated to say that you got that about halfway through.
Yeah, I think I know who it is. Can I say, or are we going to
You can, yes.
Yeah, I think that is the wand of the left foot, as that is Super Matty Taylor's against Wickham. I was there.
Yeah,
and I
there.
remember that
Oh.
smash the neck, and just my words, I didn't even start about, what a goal! A Matty Taylor special. Have you seen him doing so many times at Portsmouth? I just went, Jack was there, I was just wearing mental, and he was wheeling away, it turned back a few years, and we went on to lose 2-1, and it took about an hour to get out of the car park, but that goal was worth it alone.
It was a goal that will always be in my memory, because I love Matty Taylor anyway. So
I've got a little story about that game, actually, in fact, because the club put out a little Insta competition, and they were so who wants to take photos of your away day? And we'll choose a winner, and the winner gets VIP tickets. Not VIPs. Not VIP. What they called it? Spotlight dinner. When they're upstairs. Hospitality is a word. Sorry, I'm a horse on. I should know long words. Hospitality. hospitality for Morecambe. And we are the only ones that entered. So we did like the Burger King beforehand, getting to the ground, in the ground, Matty Taylor's goal. And yeah, there was like, yeah, you're the only one that's entered, so you've won. So we got free hospitality from Morecambe. It's like bonus.
Spot on.
Get
But
in.
that was all right. That's it. Yeah. So yeah, that's my little story.
Nick, you went straight in as well, agreeing that was Wickham.
Oh
You
yeah,
said you were there as well.
Yeah, we were at the back of the stand, bang in line with him. As soon as he hit that, and it was, you won't get a better goal than that. Just sad the way the game ended, and it had to be the big man that scored right at the end to defeat us, because Swindon fans were giving him stick all the way through, and I thought, no, and it's like. And he scores the winner.
I thought that this year against Cook, against Bradford, you know, when we were doing the old belly and you fat bastard. So Cook, I was thinking, you're going to bury one from the town end.
Yeah, it's cracking goal.
I went with Rich to that game, actually. Yeah, I went with Rich to that game. There's an entertaining story that I might have to get permission from him before I say.
We know he's watching. Rich, text approval so Woody could tell the story.
Is this a fool's trip to Wickham before it was even a fool's trip to Wickham?
I was literally about to say... Just imagine so on the screen you're next to Nick. You were possibly next to each other in the stands.
You never know.
And didn't know each other.
Well, to be fair, it did just rocket. We were 2/3 of the way back, and it hit the core of the net that we were stood at.
Yeah.
So we probably
not
were
far away.
Yeah, in the vicinity of each other.
Yeah,
and you didn't even know.
We didn't even know.
It's almost as if it's reminiscent of like being somewhere like Burton away.
You're gonna do.
Saying
I knew
hello
you
to
were
someone, and then completely blanking you because they got the flat cap on and they're too big times.
Did not blank you. I did not blank you.
Oh dear me! Well, Woody, that's a cracking start, and well done to Ben, Nick, and Sean, who was very quick. Sean was the first one in the chat to get that one. I'm happy to go next, unless anyone really wants to go second.
You crack on.
Go back into the doldrums of history for my first one. Are we ready? Do you want to know in advance if it's Swindon, Premier League or International, or do you want to guess that all yourself? Woody's nodding because he's eating.
I think we'll guess it all ourselves.
Okay, good lad then.
Fucking hell.
Are we ready? Ball's played out to the right-hand side. Squared inside to the Liverpool midfielder, who floats a ball into the penalty area. Wait, has he actually gone for goal? Oh my word, what a save! Unbelievable athleticism.
Can you repeat that, please?
FYI, I'm not repeating any of mine because I'm watching YouTube whilst I'm doing it.
Okay, you ready? The ball's out on the right-hand side. Squared inside to the Liverpool midfielder, who floats the ball into the area. Wait, has he gone for goal? Oh my word, what a save! Unbelievable athleticism.
Oh no, it's not that one. It's not that one.
So what have you picked out of there?
Because for a minute I thought it was Gordon Banks's, and he punched it over the bar. It's not, because it's the Liverpool midfielder that crossed it, and there wasn't a Liverpool midfielder playing for Brazil.
No.
So it's
good thinking. So you've decided it's international then?
I've decided I'm gone international.
Well, we're going. It's England. Yeah.
Okay.
Liverpool midfielder. I'm guessing it could be anyone.
Gerrard.
It could be Gerrard or John Barnes. It could be. I don't know from
I
now.
don't think he's pulled off a cracking save though.
That would cause a high-pitched, unbelievable athleticism shout.
Unbelievable attackers. I think you might have me here, Fifey. I all I got is Liverpool midfielder crossed in so brilliantly. So it could be any time, any generation.
It could be, but it's obviously famous enough that I thought you would get it just from that.
Yeah.
So what famous saves can you think of, other than Gordon Banks? This is a great chance for someone watching along to get this, I think.
Yeah, because
there was enough detail there.
So we're going international. We're doing great save.
Pickford pulled off an amazing save like that, didn't he?
So Woody's going Premier League.
It could be
international.
No, I was thinking international. In the,
okay.
But there's Liverpool players that play abroad, so it could be. Or play for another country rather than play abroad.
You better give us a clue, Fifey. Was it England game?
Okay, so it was an England game.
It wasn't.
It was.
Oh, it was, right.
The Liverpool midfielder was playing for England, and the goalkeeper, therefore, obviously wasn't.
Yeah.
Right, so he's a foreign goalkeeper. Right, let's think of famous foreign goalkeepers. Is it Buffon?
No.
Right, not him.
I can confirm, knowing that you guys are honestly not looking, someone in the chat has got it.
Oh,
Fair play.
well done. Oh, might need some clues.
Do you want some more clues?
Is it? Yeah, yes, please.
The player mentioned that floats the ball in might help you source some footwear.
Footlocker, John Barnes. He did Footlocker, didn't he?
I don't know, did he?
Yeah.
Who is it that does sketches now?
Jamie Redknapp.
It's not Jamie Redknapp.
He did play for Liverpool, though.
He did.
He did play for England.
And
England. Oh, Gascoigne hits it, and what's his name? Does his old back hit heel? What's his name?
Vanarama.
Vanarama. Did that scorpion kick, didn't he?
Kick.
Do you mean
Yeah.
Rene Higuita?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes, got it.
And well done to Liam, who got it first in the chat.
Oh, was that Liam?
I'm presuming it's Liam, just not on his lower league look account. On
Crap
his
of the
personal
shit.
one. Unless, of course, this is Kieran's secret one that he doesn't want people to know about.
Yeah.
So, well done. Nick, would you like to go next?
Yep. I'll see how this works.
Go on, Nick.
So, we're all ready, folks. Here
One
we
sec.
are. Oh, thanks, Ben. Look, just because you're talking horse, you can't take over the whole thing.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Go ahead. So I'm not, because I'm wary that this is plugged in, and I don't know how much charge is on this, so I'm plugging it in when I'm not doing anything. So, but I've got to hold the charge next to my head because the lead's not very long.
Okay. Bizarre. Carry on.
I'll start again. Right, here we are, Tuesday night, under the lights, back at the county ground for a replay after a pulsating first game, 6-goal thriller, and I'll give you a quick summary of that game. Again, in with a crowd of 37,000 watching. Town went 1-0 down, and 24th minute, so it's looking not so good. But it only took 2 minutes to get back on level terms for one each. Then 2-1 down after 30 minutes. 2-2 after 60. The game was absolutely crazy, just full of attacking football. Town go ahead, 72nd minute, to make it 3-2 to Town. But they only held out for 5 minutes, and the game ended 3-3, which is why we're back at the county ground only 3 days later for the replay. Absolute cracking game. The ground was buzzing, and both teams going hammer and tongs, just all attacking football. We were a goal up within 18 minutes. Absolutely fantastic. The Town end rocking, scored from unlikely source. Midfielder doesn't score many goals, but put us 1-0 up. Then we were under pressure for the rest of the half, managed to hold on to that, and come 78th minute, equaliser, one each, looking a bit ominous, and Town under pressure, defending well, back four, solid, well organised. Then 2 goals in 4 minutes, 84th, 89th minute, to seal a 3-1 victory for Town in front of, get this, 25,000 fans in the county ground. Absolutely rocking. Hell of a night. 2 fantastic games by 2 fantastic attacking teams.
Okay, so if
I
we're
think
saying
I've
that
got a
over
guess.
2 games there's over 50,000 fans there, and it's a replay, so it's a cup game.
Yep.
We're talking it's 90s, aren't we?
No.
No,
Go
I think
further back.
I think we're talking 80s. I think we're talking
25,000.
80s, and I think we're talking playoffs.
Minor
No,
replay.
oh, I'm not Gillingham. I've been Gillingham.
No,
I
not
said
if it's a
when I
replay.
said at the start, it was a replay.
I thought it's the second. Oh, okay.
So talking FA Cup.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I expect some
Cup
of
in the
the
80s.
older viewers to get this.
Yeah, it's pre me this one.
Ben was the only one alive.
Oi!
Probably wasn't.
I probably wasn't. If it was 80s, I was alive. It's 70s, no. No.
Sean has a guess. Nick,
Shall I have a look at the guess?
if
Hang
you
on.
want
There
to.
you go.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know, so I'm quite happy to. I can't think of a cup game that someone's mentioned to me like in this sort of.
I'll give you another clue. In the first game, their centre forward scored a hat trick. Definitely not the first hat trick he'd ever scored, and one maybe not quite as important is another hat trick that you'll know of.
So Sean's possibly right then, without giving Ben and Woody too much for hint.
I don't know.
No, I'm not. I'm
I
lost.
don't know.
Well, let me see. I'll flash Sean's guess up and see if it helps you guys guess who Nick's describing as the player.
A West Ham player back then.
Yeah, who scored
Ben.
the hat trick?
Who scored a hat trick? That played for West Ham.
And he played for West Ham. Oh, it wasn't. What's his name? He scored a hat trick for England in the World Cup final.
What's his name?
What's
that
his
scored a
name?
hat-trick
The
in
most famous
Elfie?
player ever.
Yeah, but he didn't play for Swindon, did he?
Oh, I'm sure
Jeff
that
Hurst. Jeff
his
Hurst.
disappointments of his career.
And that West Ham team in both games had Hurst, Moore, and Peters playing.
Ooh,
So
well
it
done,
was
Town.
Absolute cracking.
So we
I
must be talking 67.
67, yeah.
Fucking hell, Nick, it was half a
Yeah,
chance.
January 67. It was. Sorry, boys, but I had to go. I thought with the replay,
I'm
and I
actually
think that game, and I don't know whether I got it wrong in my memory because it is a long time ago. I was at school and in our sort of art class, we were making posters and all sorts of things to take to the game, and I'm sure it was at that game because there were so many people crammed into the crowd. And somebody would probably be able to confirm this. That as kids, we got lifted out of the ground and sat along the side of the pitch on the what would have been the old Shrivey Road stand because it was so packed. And now my memory says I was one of those, but I just might be sort of thinking, well, I might have been, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean that was just two cracking matches. To say Jeff Hurst got a hat trick in the first one. And and we beat him in the replay. Absolutely fantastic.
What were you going to say, Woody?
I remember now. Oh yeah. No, I was after the West Ham clue came up. I was a bit disappointed that I didn't get it because my granddad tells me about this game so often, and because he's not even a Swindon fan. That's why it always sticks in my memory. So I'm just like,
essentially, Swindon beat the World Cup holders.
Yeah. Yeah. Third round of the FA Cup.
West Ham fans say they won the World Cup in '66.
Yeah. They won 66. That was in January 67.
So Swindon beat the World Cup holders.
Yep.
Well done, Town.
literal giant killers of the 60s.
Yeah,
they
were.
people would have hated playing us back then.
They would.
Quarter time.
Yeah, the
Ben.
Reds.
Would you like your first outing in the commentary booth, Nick?
I would indeed. I need to just quickly upload this quickly. I think I found the right bit. I have indeed. Right. Okay. Let's get ready. It's not turn this on. Give myself a bit of a shame. Give myself an anti-Hitler. Right. Okay. Shall we start the bit of commentary now? Shall we?
Please.
Make sure the volume is off. What? Yeah. Look. Right, stop laughing. This is proper Peter Drury. You're going to see some poetry bollocks going on here now. Come on. Right.
Some poetry bollocks.
Some proper poetry bollocks here. Right. So here is Mark Wright. Splends it wide to Paul Parker. Paul Parker looks up There's a few German players in the distance. He looks up and he plays a long ball to the striker. The German player's got a bit of a tangle. Arctara couldn't tell it. The striker shoots past Bo Ilgner and England has scored! England have equalised! And they've brought the score to all level. They've been chipping away at the German goal all game and they've now made it 1-1. The goal scorer has scored, muchly deserved, and England now are right back in this game.
Talk about someone completely not understanding the assignment.
Well, you got. Which game is it though? What game? It's a famous game. We've played Germany many times.
We have played Germany many times.
But which one is it? And I didn't say the striker because you'd know the game.
You literally said every other player.
Yeah, I did. You got to get the game. That's for that one. I thought you was guessing the game.
It's fine, no, but
No,
it's
fine.
just funny
There's
because
no
you've
rules.
taken
This is a new game.
It's a new game. It's just funny that you've got a completely different approach to everyone else.
I've mentioned some players, but if I say Mark Wright and Gary Parker, it'd be like
I'm going to say, I'm going to say,
it's clearly England.
England versus Germany. Or was it Germany or was it still West Germany in them days? I'm going to go Germany.
Oh, that'd be giving it away.
I think it's England versus West Germany, and I think
Italian 90?
1990?
Yes, indeed. And the goal scorer?
Lineker?
And England have equalised. It's Gary Lineker. Probably the only time he scored from the outside the box in his life. Bodo Illner left stranded. We battered the Germans that second half. Purely deserved equaliser. Went into extra time. Gascoigne made a late tackle. Started crying all over the place. Chris Waddle hit the post. We battered the Germans. Far better team. We lose some penalties.
Just to clarify
I
again.
cried.
I
cried.
We said to Nick, give us half a chance. Just to clarify, when that went in, I think I was 4 months old and Woody was about 3.
Yeah, it's to be fair, it's like everyone remembers Italian 90, even if you're like
no, I don't. I was literally 8
sperm.
months old.
That was the year. Well, you should know it because that was Sean. That was the year I fell in love with football. That one, and that whole tournament, I was glued to each game, and like I thought England were going to win World Cup, and we didn't, and I cried a lot.
Mike saying Ben's must be Swindon v Oxford when Broadbent scored.
Do you know what?
There's Rich saying he doesn't remember Italian 90.
Hey, well, Rich, that all boy for you, even though it was like 20 years before you were born or whatever. More for you.
Nick, any overriding memories of England v Germany at Italia 90?
Sadness.
Yeah.
Sadness.
Sadness.
Nick, did you, like everyone else, just think it was just destined? It was going to be ours. We'd just get rid of Germany, and we would smash the RGs in the final.
Yeah, so many times though we've been there, haven't we?
Yeah,
poor old Bobby Robson sat there. Just
Bobby.
Oh,
he was gutted. He knew that was it. He knew it.
Yeah, he just really felt for the guy.
Yeah,
it was like
they deserved the trophy that one. They were much better than Germans that day as well, much better. And Germans they almost a shithousing the way they did us. It was, and they went on to win the World Cup. It was just
that the free kick that ballooned off of Paul
Parker?
Yeah,
that was the free kick. I nearly did that commentary where he smashed it off the back of Paul Parker's arse and he just looped over Peter Shilton, who was not acrobatic at all and really should have stopped that.
He should have at least attempted to.
Yeah, he sort of flapped at it and fell on his backside, and it just went,
To be fair, some things never change because you fast forward 33 years and you've still got
Dave
goalkeepers
Seaman,
like David De Gea who aren't acrobatic at all and just make no attempts in FA Cup finals to save fucking shin roller volleys.
Dave Seaman in the early 2000s.
Dave Seaman against Paul Pesca-Salido will always go down as one of my all-time favourite saves.
Yeah, he was brilliant, but Neymar and Rivaldo in the World Cup.
The Ronaldinho free kick.
Naeem, and then Rivaldo.
Oh,
in the World Cup.
That's
in Naeem from the
halfway line. He was all doing that. Naeem from the halfway line.
Yeah.
Sean showing his memories of 1990 shite year with our demotion and robbed of World Cup glory.
Absolutely.
And I was born. So all three things went horribly wrong in 1990. Terrible year. That's up there with fucking COVID 1990, isn't it?
It was a bit shit, but we did bring us on Paul Gascoigne. Gascoigne's tears and fake boobs. Brilliant.
Well, I have to say, at the end of round one, I'm actually enjoying this game a lot more than I thought I might. So well done, Woody. Do we want to keep the same order, or do we want to mix it up for round two?
Whatever you like, Mr. Maestro. I need to find my next game.
Okay, well, we'll save
mine
you.
ready.
Okay, well, if you want to go then, Woody, we'll keep the same order.
Right. This one's going to be interesting because
I seem to stand more chance with Woody's because I was like alive and aware of football when he's picked his.
yeah, you'll be aware of this, but I don't think it's massively obvious.
Ah.
Right.
Man United's treble-winning goal from Solskjaer.
So I'm going to stick with my normal theme that you've tuned into me because that's how I planned all of mine.
Okay.
Rather than
Okay, hang on. Let me try this. Are we crossing over to the county ground?
No.
No,
I'm
where
not
are we
going to tell
crossing?
you where we're
Okay.
crossing because that will give it away.
We're crossing over to the Swindon Town game. Woody, what's going on, please?
Yes, that's right, Fifey. And unfortunately, due to the rules, I'm not allowed to be there for this game. Right, what have we got here? Early goal from our hosts. It's really soft goal right at the beginning of the game, but here we go. We're in possession now. I mean, both teams are looking a little bit pre-season-ish, if I'm brutally honest, which is probably what we should expect. Right, here we go. Swindon centre midfielder plays it out to the left back, who I actually generally don't have an idea who he is. Must have been a trialist at that time. But you can tell I'm watching this at home because my dog's just farted and it stinks. Here we go into the striker. I'm going to have to see that again, Fifey, I think, because he seemed to have had his back to the defender, flicked it over his head, again, probably around 30 yards out, which is quite a common theme at the moment. 30 yards out, and he's absolutely volleyed it, and the keeper stood no chance, Fifey. I tell you what, you would expect to see this goal a lot later on during the season, but this was a fantastic goal. The crowd boosters on my TV screen are going absolutely mad because I'm telling you now, there are not 45,000 people watching this game right now, but you would think there is. You would generally think there is. It must be what our opponents are hosting. But I'll tell you again, Piper, what a goal. The striker's taken it into his feet, flicked it over the defender's head, and then volleyed it from probably around 30 yards out. This boy is going to be a great player, I'm telling you. He is going to go high.
Right, so we're talking COVID times.
Scott
We
Twine.
want after the player.
Yeah, well, yeah, or anything you can. Anything you can.
Scott
Scotty
Twine.
Twine against Ipswich.
No, because it sounds like it's pre-season. It's not, and then he replicates it in the season.
Simon Cox, Fenerbahce.
I wanted to say Cox Fenerbahce.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought of Cox,
Yeah.
but I thought that was too far back. I thought you were talking COVID.
I thought we were talking
No,
COVID
I was
because we were no
trying-
fans.
Yeah, but if you remember,
remember that.
we couldn't take any commentators to Fenerbahce, so we had to, if
right.
I remember rightly, so the game had to be recorded for us to watch, and also they had they were streaming it in Turkey, and they had crowd boosters on because they weren't playing at Fenerbahce's ground, but they did have fans. But a bit like when you watch, like, to be fair, women's football at the moment, where they film it on where all the fans are sat, and there's actually nobody behind, nobody on the sides, and they made it sound a lot louder than it was.
Sean saying he was thinking COVID as well at first. Yeah, see, the volley made me think Cox, but the way you kept mentioning that you were at home made me think COVID. So, well done, Woody. Well done.
Yeah, it was a cracking goal.
Oh, it's an absolute stunner, and it has to be said. I know it goes without saying, but he was a fucking great player, Woody Cox.
He was a bit good, wasn't he? He was a bit good. He was.
And he was remarkably strong for someone who wasn't the biggest physically as well.
He was bullish. He was a little brute of a.
And apparently he told the rest of the team that he was good as well.
Yeah, but to fairness, if he can talk the talk, he walks the walk. He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well done, Coxie.
Coxie, loved him. I'd love to sing. Coxie and Austin just missed each other. I'd love to sing them in the same team.
Sean's saying he's not actually seen that goal. It's well worth a.
Oh, YouTube it. YouTube it, Sean. Honestly, that Cox goal v Fenerbahce, goal of the season, and it wasn't even the season.
Speaking of, just taking a side note for a minute, talking of good players, I really enjoyed listening to the Brian Howard session on OSC earlier tonight. If you've not heard that, that's worth a listen as well.
I will watch that when I'm working. Well, not when I'm working, but I will watch that.
But yeah, Brian Howard on Official Supporters Club tonight was really interesting listen.
I was such a big Brian Howard fan as well. I was a massive Brian Howard fan,
Yeah.
and I nearly chose his equalising goal against Luton for tonight.
Yeah.
The one where he jumped into the crowd, and it was just like probably the last ever player I know that's actually jumped into the crowd after a celebration in Swindon. It was class.
And I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but Nick, I think it was you telling me that the Timlin one on Low Strangers was a very good listen as well.
Yeah, very interesting. What he how he come through, and excellent one. And I listened to Hoops, and he had Scott Twine.
Oh, with Twine, yeah.
I watched that.
Again, that was interesting as well. Some good words about our new man, so that bodes well for the future.
Yeah, no, it's like saying like to keep it on the floor when he arrived, and he's really good. He's just really good motivator, and
so it's not
crack on.
So it's not all just fun and games on STFC content. Everyone else is doing a proper job for you and getting former player interviews that are actually worth a listen. We're just keeping it light.
Yeah,
nice friendly game of alt comms.
Yeah.
Sean is saying
we just sponsor players and get them injured.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Don't sponsor anyone next season.
Okay, are we ready for my next one then?
Yep.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, this is a. I think this is my longest bit of commentary of all the ones I've prepared. So listen closely for the clues.
We'll get comfortable.
Okay? And there's a long ball downfield from the keeper. Borough managed to head it clear. In comes a cross from the right-hand side. Headed clear again, but still the pressure builds. A jinking run into the area and a slide pass across the face of goal. How has he? He is the captain. He is an international footballer. He played in Europe a couple of seasons ago. It was easier to score than miss. I do not understand what I have seen. Any guesses?
He missed it. I think he missed it. He did miss it.
He certainly did miss it. And
it was against the team ending in Borough.
And it was against the team ending in Borough. And all I'm going to say is, this is me fake commentating something that's happened sometime in the past. Could you imagine me reacting if a Swindon player did this? Fuck me, shit would be getting thrown around the house.
Yes.
I would be going berserk if a Swindon player did this.
Ronnie Rosenthal, but it's not Ronnie Rosenthal. That's way back.
Sean's guessing Villa v Liverpool. That is incorrect.
That's Ronnie Rosenthal.
Yeah, when he hit the bar.
When he hit the bar, when he rounded the keeper, just had to slip it in and he smashed the bar.
So, what other clues did you manage to pick out? Woody's already said it was against a team ending in Borough.
I thought he had it then if he guessed Borough.
Well, usually Borough, you're talking Middlesbrough. Aren't you?
Yeah, Middlesbrough.
Referring is Borough, but Fife, you might knowing him, he might be trying to throw us off.
It might be a Stevenage Borough.
Yeah.
Nuneaton
Borough.
Scarborough.
Scarborough, yeah.
Scarborough, 1989. Cup second round. Scarborough.
As much as Fifey is liable to do something like that, I can't think of a time that I would have watched a Nuneaton game that had the captain, an international footballer who played in Europe a couple of seasons ago. Someone in the chat has got it again.
Ooh.
Oh, well, they're good tonight.
Yeah, they're much better. They're much better than us.
They are.
Sean's guessed Torres. No, although he was
Oh,
guilty of
Torres
many
was a good
miss.
shout,
He's
wasn't he? He missed
guilty of many a
loads.
miss.
Once he went to Chelsea, he went shit, didn't he? What is Chelsea to do with striker? What do they do to strikers at Chelsea?
Fucking burying ground.
Honestly,
It's
just cut their
the
necks off, I think.
spirit of Drogba, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
they just
no
can't-
one can live up to Drogba.
Once Drogba retired, that was it. There's no strikers ever filled that gap.
Congratulations to Rob, by the way, who's the one who's got it right.
Rob, what do you say, Rob?
Well, I'm not flashing it up until you guys have guessed or given up. Do you want me to pick out some of the clues again for you?
Yeah.
So, Borough would relate to Middlesbrough. And you're thinking of a famous miss where I point out an international footballer who'd recently played in Europe, and it was easier to score than miss, which would suggest he was
English.
Shit.
The player in question who did the miss. His surname is the same as a former Swindon Town loanee who went on to have international honours.
That's my best thing for Loney now. Former Swindon Town loanee went on.
Rob, who got it right, by the way, has followed up in the chat to say it's got to be the worst miss of all time.
Must be bad then.
I can't know
Who
it.
do we have international?
He wasn't
wouldn't be-
international
wouldn't-
when he played for us.
Your one's a pretty good
No,
fight.
wouldn't it be
think
Carrick?
A little bit later than
Milner.
Carrick. A little bit later than Milner.
a bit late in Carrick and Milner, so it's got recent.
Well, you say that. Carrick and Milner were like 20 years ago.
Oh, for fuck off, Fifey. No. Carrick just retired last week.
Yeah.
And he retired at the age of 21 as well.
Mike, having seen Rob's comments, now knows what it is and said it was atrocious. So everyone now commented on how bad this miss was.
I
Guys, did my commentary do it justice? Is what I'd like to know.
Well, obviously, because some other people could work it out. It's just we can't.
Do you want a clue that wasn't in the package? Would it help?
Yes, go on.
So the player whose surname is the same as an ex-Swindon Town loanee, when he played in Europe, it was for Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Oh, Woody's getting there.
Oh, it's the surname's throwing me off because I can't think of the. Oh, yes, I can. It's not a quiz, is it? Is it? Oh, what's his face? Not Robson Carnu.
No, that's the Swindon loanee.
Carnu, West Brom against Middlesbrough.
Magnu Carnu when he was on the goal line and put it over the bar.
Didn't see that one.
Yes.
Oh, Nick, if you haven't seen it, that's worth a YouTube to see. And just ask yourself how he's managed to miss it.
Right, I haven't seen that.
I do remember, because I remember talking about it at the time, and because, I just remember seeing strikers, I always say, you put yourself in a striker's feet, and sometimes the ones that look like they're easier to miss actually aren't. It's the pressure, it's everything that's in front of you. And I went,
You have to
but for
think
him,
about it.
I've got no excuse.
If you haven't seen this miss, it comes to Jeff Horsfield, who literally flashes it across the Middlesbrough goal for West Brom, and Carnu is basically next to the post, and it hits his foot and somehow goes over the bar. Like he stood on the post. I still, having watched it back tonight
On the back
to do this commentary, I still don't know how he's missed it.
Because I remember when it live happened, didn't it look like the defender had slid in?
Yeah.
And he had kind of it looked like the defender had got to it, but the defender was a good.
Nowhere near it. Yeah. Oh dear me. Oh well, class miss. Well worth a watch, Nick, after the show.
Okay.
I'll remind you. Would you like to go next, sir?
Yeah. We'll have another go. So same format as I did previously. So we're back under the lights at the county ground. Love a night game under the lights. Really tough opposition for this one. Here they are in their changed green strip. so looks a bit odd. Don't usually see them playing in green. Good crowd as well, 14,000, probably about 4,000 away fans, so a real good following, and we're in for a cracking game, I think. Opening 30 minutes, fairly even as you would expect in a cup tie. Swindon pushing, but they go behind on the 30-minute mark. Poor goal to give away, really. And then 9 minutes, 2-0 down. That looks like it's going to be a long night. From then on, Town were impressing, make a few substitutions, starting to look good, starting to put more pressure on their defence. Then 78th minute, pull one back. 81st minute, an absolutely fantastic equaliser. The ball's whipped across. It's like a back heel as it's gone past the player, and he's back-heeled it into the internet. Absolutely fantastic. Looks like we could even go on and win this. Then, typical Swindon, 90th minute, they go forward, 3-2. Sad defeat for a really good game. So ended up 3-2 defeat in the cup under the lights in the county ground. And it was a substitute that made a massive impact. And this is in the 2000s, so it's not that old.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So the team were playing in green is the thing that
for their changed strip.
It's not the colour you're used to seeing them in.
Was it Aston Villa?
Yes.
Aston Villa, Miles Story.
Oh, Ben, well done, you.
Story,
well done, Ben.
Yeah. That little back heel, he got the
equaliser. Going from the Town end. I remember the full time that Paolo wound up the Villa fans by giving the old down and we're going up.
Benteke got the winner in the 90th minute.
Yeah. Well, they're a really strong team. And Bonglehorn and Benteke were a really strong Villa team.
Yeah.
And we deserved that 2-2 draw and we were right.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it's a cracking game.
Yeah,
Sean got it. Well done, Sean. Well done as well to Rob, who got it in the chat. Well done to you both. Aston Villa in the Cup, the Canio era. I remember. So I wasn't at that game. But I remember looking at the Villa lineup because it was quite early in the season, if I remember right. So it would have been like second round. And I remember texting. I think it was my older brother, and I was like, I don't even think I spelt it right, but I was looking through the Villa tier and put strong lineup, but who's this guy? And I was trying to spell Benteke, and he's like, mate, do you not watch Match of the Day? Like, no.
He was quality back then, Benteke.
Yeah, he was.
Him and Bunglehall were quite a good partnership.
Yeah, he's got the other goal.
Yeah.
Wow,
quite good.
Nice choice that, Nick, and well done, Ben. Quick off the mark. Your turn for some commentary.
Right, just give me a second. Right, now this one, guess the who England are playing and the goal scorer.
Joe Cole,
Right.
Sweden.
No.
Okay.
Right. And Sweden humped the ball forwards right over the first half, and it's through to Joe Hart, who heads it forward. It's up in the end. It's fallen to the striker with an acrobatic kick. Oh my lord! What a goal! That is probably the goal of the century, goal of all time. You will never see anything quite like that strike. What a goal. Long ball pump forward. Joe Hart intercepted the striker, headed it, and then you back wheeling towards goal. The striker turned and hit an acrobatic overhead volley over the keeper's head into the roof of the goal. You will never see anything like it. It must have been like from 35 to 40 yards out. What a strike. Yes, Pipey.
So before anyone says anything, we feared this might happen. Can I just read you my next commentary and see if this sounds familiar, Ben?
Oh, fuck. We've done the same.
Ready? Let's see if this sounds familiar at all.
Yeah.
England come forward looking for an equaliser. It's cleared down the right, just hammered forward from the defence. The keeper's taking it upon himself to clear with his head. Oh my word, sensational! He must be 35, 40 yards out. An incredible acrobatic finish from one of the all-time greats. Another calamity from a terribly overhyped goalkeeper.
I think I know that one, Fifey. I've got that one.
Did he score a hat-trick in that game, Fifey?
Did he score a hat-trick in that game?
I think he did, actually.
Was it not also the same game? No, it wasn't the same game as Joe Cole.
Recently retired.
Very, very recently retired.
Like
Joe, what? Can we just take a moment to appreciate the brilliance of Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
Oh,
I don't think he gets the recognition he deserves for being genuinely sensational as a forward.
Do you know what?
Yeah,
He
just
lived
'cause
up
he's
to his
arsehole,
own.
that's why.
Well, he lived up to his own ego. That's
Yeah.
exact. He did live up to his own ego. He referred to himself in the third person, which I love. If you could talk the
Yeah,
talk,
to Zlatan.
Zlatan. Oh, I loved him.
I'm also interested in your thoughts on. Am I overly harsh on Joe Hart saying another calamity from a terribly overhyped keeper?
I think there was a time when Joe Hart was quality, but then that quickly went south.
There was maybe a 10-game spell.
There was a little spell when he was just popping
But
through. He was quality.
he lost it a bit, didn't he? He was getting himself so hyped up before games in going on there, and I think he lost concentration then.
I think
He did get himself so hyped up.
Pep did the right thing in just sacking him off as soon as he walked through the door. He went, get off, didn't he? Straight away, Pep.
Shit out.
You'll get out, Hart. And that's
Yeah,
it.
but
Goes plays in
he's
Scotland.
just won the treble, hasn't he? So he can't be
Yeah.
that bad. Oh, it's Scotland, sorry.
Yeah, Scotland. You know.
I can't believe we finally found one where we picked the same game. And do you know what? I initially did the Joe Cole volley, thought that would be too obvious. Someone else was likely to pick that, so changed it to Zlatan's bicycle kick.
Yeah. No, Zlatan's standout goal, because I still think that's one of the greatest goals of all time. Because it's back to goal, and to middle it, back to goal, and it's such a great technique.
The problem is, Joe Hart had absolutely no reason racing that far out of his area.
No, and his header out was pathetic, and it was just up. His header was like, and he could have headed it into a throw. He should have just nutted it for a throw in, but he didn't. He just went.
What he needed to do was use his head and shoulders.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey.
Thank you very much.
I'm off. See you later.
On that note,
Well, there we go. Woody, we're back with you for the next one.
oh, are we? Oh, blimey! I better get the clip up.
Oh, are you not ready this time?
No, I think I am. Hold on. Please hold, caller.
Okay, I have another one prepared. Should it be required?
I just need to get to this. Right,
can't
we are at
believe
the county
it's-
ground. We are
Okay.
at the county ground for this one.
Okay. Do you want an intro in?
You got no. I'll go with this. I'll go with this.
Go on.
I'll go with this. Right, and here we are back at the county ground. A massive game for both sides, lads. We've got and ladies, if ladies are watching,
Hello, ladies.
wine for the ladies, a pint for the gents. Here we are.
Oh, Murray's turned up.
The visitors are in the lead. However, there's been a bit of a stamp in their title hopes because they've gone down to 10 men. Swindon are on the ball and they are attacking in front of a fully packed county ground. It's the left back. He's just about to ping it forward. Oh, it's a long ball into the area. Oh, it's being passed around like Jordan. It's ringing around. Striker has scored, and he is wheeling away with I'm not even sure if Jordan was a thing back then, but he is wheeling away. If he was at home right now, and nowadays he'd be in front of the away fans, giving them all that. But what a celebration as well! The celebration we all love to see. But this is a very important goal for Swindon Town, but not a very good goal for our visitors here today. Back to you, Fifey.
So, my initial thoughts, and I think I'm way off here, is this the Bristol City game where Nathan Thompson celebrates in front of their fans?
No.
Just Jan on the field off.
My thought was Swindon Man U.
Yeah, Swindon Man U, Yana
Yeah.
Fjordself.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
also
mate.
the thoughts of
Yeah,
mine.
The stamp was
Yeah,
Montpellier
I
getting
probably-
stamped on.
Yeah, I probably gave the
Yeah.
bit too much emphasis on the stamp.
Yeah, on the stamp.
Gave it away a bit.
Jan the man, I loved him. I still do now.
Good times.
That was
The
a
Premier
lovely
League era. Something that
Oh.
many Swindon fans won't know.
Can I mention about that game as well? And this is much forgot about, so I'm going to say it now. And I want to know if anyone is listening who went to that game agrees with me, because I was on the bank that day. And deep into injury time, Nicky Zombie whipped in a ball, and Steve Bruce smashed his arm right there. It hit his arm, and he tries to stick it behind his back. A proper guilty instant reaction as he whips on his back. And we all, whoa! Right in a few minutes against Man United. Referee, obviously, Man United, no. But we should have had a pen against Man United, like going into the last couple of minutes or into injury time. And I remember that, and I distinctly remember it now. And we should have beaten them, but we didn't.
There you go.
It's still a good point. I think that would have taken us off the bottom of the league as well if we won that game, but we didn't.
Well done, Woody. You certainly took me away from where I thought it was going, but Ben was and Nick were not messing around. They got that.
Nick, were you at that game?
To be honest, that Prem season, believe it or not, I think I only saw one home game and one away game.
Oh no!
The whole season.
Where's your home game?
The home game was Arsenal.
Oh, we got battered 4-0.
and that's the one. Having read Tony Adams' book, that he misjudged going on the piss, and he said he was still drunk when he played that game.
And we still didn't score.
And that's how bad we were.
That's how bad we were.
Was it right? He scored from more or less the halfway line.
Ridiculous goal from Ian Wright. And
the other game I saw away was we actually won QPR.
Oh, last game in season.
Did you see
them? They brought a coffin with them, didn't they? Is it R.I.P. Swindon Town? The away end.
I don't know. I was with the QPR. I was in the QPR side.
Oh, were you in the QPR end? Yeah. You couldn't enjoy it. Oh, yeah, 6 points we took off them. We did that. They did their bit for us.
Was. Yeah,
Sean's commented in saying we also had a great chance to score before that as well. Jan the man should have buried it. There we go.
See, we should have battered Man United.
Should have, could have, would have.
Could have, would have. Oh God, what a memory that would have been. I'd have died there and then have been happy.
Okay, are we ready for another Fifey commentary? This one is considerably shorter than the last, so you need to be tuned in.
Is this Zlatan again?
No, I'm not doing Zlatan again. I know I've done Zlatan. Here we go. Dead ball situation. 25, 30 yards out, quite central. Up steps Kane. Oh! Silencing his critics with a fabulous strike.
Did he say upsets Kane? Is that what you said?
I didn't fully say any player's name.
Silences critics with a fantastic...
Greg says, going back to the Man United game, that Hughes got spat on.
He did, and then started on the Chivy Road. That Chivy Road, by the way, that was right up against, and the younger fans, right up against the touchline. So the linesman got abused, and the opposition for players, whoever was on the wing, that left wing or left back, just got abused. It was when the county ground used to be really nasty place to go for your away fan, for the away team, where you'd be really, 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 really good. And the atmosphere at the Chivy Road was brilliant as well. And it was rammed, it was good. I loved it.
Good night, Joe, who is leaving because it's an early start for the Archers. We'll tune in Friday. Yes, a little nod while the guys are trying to think what game my commentary might be from.
I think I know.
Friday, I'm not here. I'm out in Nottingham. So Rich has agreed to take on hosting duties. He doesn't know what he's hosting yet, but Fifey is leaving planned, and you will not want to miss it. I'm hoping to have a very cool panel.
Fifey referring to himself in the third man. All right.
Yes. Dare to Fifey.
Is what's it called? Jukebox or Dropbox, whatever it's called.
Jackbox.
Jackbox. Is that this Friday then?
No. Jackbox is
going to be around.
Day 5, he's not here. We're doing Jackbox.
Jackbox is scheduled for this time next week.
Ooh.
But yeah, we're hoping Friday's episode will be one not to be missed as well, and hopefully there'll be plenty of panellists on to cause carnage for Rick.
Let's hope there's also some news in the club this week as well, because there's fuck all coming out in a minute.
Anyway, someone in the chat has got it.
I think I might have it.
I don't have a clue.
I'm going really recent, and I'm jumping on Ben's, but I think it's Swindon related, and I reckon it's Kane's free kick against Crawley.
It is Kane's free kick against Crawley. Well done, Woody.
Oh,
and well done to Mike.
Oh, you've done... Okay, your mate Kane. Yeah. Big fan. We're going to get Fifey a shirt with Kane on the back with the photo of him and Kane together.
Great.
Fucking hell.
Big. Do you know? It'd be a good idea to sponsor next year, Kane.
He would. Well, actually, no, it'd be a fantastic idea to sponsor. Let's
get
sponsor Kane next year.
He'll get injured. You won't play.
What we should do is when we start doing these quizzes, we should like total up the scores or whatever, and whoever's got the lowest has to. We have to get them a shirt with their most hated player on.
Oh, that'll be me then, won't it? For the lowest score.
Oh, Nick, you'd love everyone though. There's no one you don't like.
Oh, I don't know. There's a few.
Well, well done, Woody, for getting that, and well done to
good
Mike
shape.
as well.
Well done.
I was deceptively trying to hide Kane with Kane to see if people would fall for it. Nick, you on next up, sir?
Okay, and we'll go straight into this one. Here we are, back at the county ground. Another night game under the lights. Don't I just love a game under the lights?
You love it.
Atmosphere, fantastic. Really, really tough game. This not a brilliant crowd for a night game. Would have expected more, and probably can see why. Bad start for the Town. Goal down after 4 minutes. Come fairly early on. Carried on. Not much happening really first half, and it stayed at 1-0 until half time. Goes from bad to worse. 63rd minute, 2 down, and it's looking ominous for Swindon. So crowd not happy, and then 20 minutes to go. Subs come on, and within 7 minutes we pull a goal back. Then the crowd start getting on their feet, and Town are pushing and pushing and pushing, and then, believe it or not, 86th minute equalise 2-2. 88th minute 3-2. The crowd are going absolutely mental. You'd think there's more than the 7,000 that are in the ground. Absolutely brilliant. The Town end, it was absolutely rocking. The noise coming out of it, you'd think there's 15,000 in there. And it's a fantastic victory from 2-0 down, 3 goals in about 11 minutes. Yeah. And you can imagine the shouts. 2-0, and you fucked it up coming out of the Town end.
Well, Ben's got it, I think, but Woody got it about halfway through.
Yeah, Woody go first.
No, I don't think I have.
This is in the 2000s, by the way.
Nick, would this be against a newly promoted team back into League One?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest.
Sheffield Wednesday. Is it Sheffield Wednesday?
Yeah, it was Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah,
Sheffield Wednesday. I was with Don Rogers that one. That was amazing.
Yeah,
that was absolutely. It wasn't going well. 2-0 down, but unbelievable 3-2.
And the scorers were, as you mentioned earlier, Howard, Parkin, and who got the winner, Ben?
Oh, who was it? I thought it was Parkin that won it.
No,
was it Fallon?
Yeah, Rory Fallon got the winner.
Rory Fallon.
Yeah. So cracking game. That was absolutely cracking.
Mike said noise from the Town end must be decades ago.
It was. It's 2004.
Back then, because we had Ultra Reds, didn't we? Yeah. And we used to I used to go in the Town end and you used to lose your voice. Yeah, you used to lose your voice every time in the Town end. It was wonderful. Yeah. Every player had their own song. Oh, so good.
That was cracker. That was a cracking game.
Was Ellis still around then?
Ellis in Dolo, yeah.
He's a ball boy.
Because I thought, and then you said and I went, oh, is it not the one where Michael Doughty got the penalties? And then I went, because I wondered if you were saying not going to purposely say penalties.
Right, yeah, he got too late.
That wasn't a Tuesday night though.
Was that Morecambe?
No, it wasn't. Was it Morecambe?
That was Macclesfield.
Macclesfield,
first game of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mental game as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Every time you say Tuesday under the lights, Nick, I'm just waiting for it to be beating Leeds 3-0.
Yeah.
I just keep waiting for that to turn up.
No doubt one of us has got Leeds 3-0.
Well, let's see if it's your next one then.
No, it's not, because it's still England.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Right, now... I'm just going to think about how to try and not give it away. Right, okay.
Maybe don't say any players' names.
Well, I'm going to say build up, and then, but the player that scores, I'm not going to say his name. And
oh wait! Can I guess what you're going to say? Does it go Neville to Campbell?
Do you know? I thought that. I actually generally was going to go. At one point, I was going to go.
Becker to Heskey. Heskey to Owen. Come on,
It's got
5-1.
5-1. Do you know, I was genuinely going to go, and it's Neville to Campbell. Campbell to Rio. Rio to Scalzi, but Scalzi Gerrard. But you stole my thunder. Oh, marvellous. Right, marvellous. Right, here we go. Right, here we go. So, England, another World Cup game. Here's your clue. Paul Ince wins the ball just outside the centre of midfield now, through to Beckham. Beckham plays a long ball to the striker, who brings it down the first time, and he's got lots of pace to burn here. Beats one player, beats two, scores, he's going to take off his feet, but he doesn't, he buries it! What a goal! What an unbelievable strike! England are back in this game, and have got a firm grip, and that surely is one of the goals of the tournament by the young striker. What a strike! Come on, England.
With the exception of one of the goals of the tournament, I was fairly confident early doors that that's Michael Owen against Argentina.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah,
it wasn't a particularly good goal.
It was a fantastic. I'm looking at it right now. He skins 2 players.
that was a hell of a goal. Ace.
He scares the shit out of him. He ran. He got the ball right from about 40 yards out. I'm still with Michael.
Come on,
he got the ball from about 40 yards out. Skins 2 players. And like Scalzi tries that with his last touch, he takes it on the keeper through last defender. Scalzi's about to bury it, but Owen's not having it. Gets in front of him and smashes it in.
Well, so hang on. Woody's just said in the background there when Maradona does the same. Maradona literally ran the half the length of the pitch and beat fucking.
Maradona's goal was better, to be fair.
Maradona should have been took out on the halfway line.
He should have been put on his arse by Terry Fenwick.
Thing is Owen's goal was so much better because every goalkeeper was saying he's going to be. They're not scared of him. He was literally evading challenges, whereas Maradona just cruised past because everybody was too afraid to put a tackle in. It's just like, yeah. If Messi had scored a goal now, like Michael Owen, we wouldn't stop fucking talking about it.
Yeah, no, that really was Messi-esque. That was Messi-esque, that goal. What a strike. And
it's a great goal.
He was 18 years of age. That's 18. 18 years of age. What a striker he is.
I think that helps contribute towards the grandeur, people. Because let's not forget, you can look in the history. Does anyone remember Kiko Makeda scoring 2 goals for Man United against fucking Villa? And because he was 17, everyone was like, "Fuck me, this lad's going to be amazing." Like,
Makeda was shit. Michael Owen, to be fair, Michael Owen, I won a Ballon d'Or, you know. He did win a Ballon d'Or. He tells everyone about it, but he won a Ballon d'Or, and then he's quite famous for smashing goals past a 13-year-old.
How could someone so good at football be so shit as a pundit?
I know.
By the way, Sean did get the Argentina one. Beckham got sent off that game for his kick out at Simeone, didn't he?
Yep, he sort of backheeled Simeone, who went down like he was shot. And then also, Sol Campbell had a perfectly good goal. Perfectly good goal disallowed. Nothing wrong with it. Didn't touch anyone. Poof, back of the net. Thought we'd won it. And no.
Going back half an hour, Sean's just seen the Cox goal and says, "Wow."
It was a bit special, Sean. It was. And that's against Fenerbahce, who were a Champions League outfit back then, and Swindon turned up in their sort of training kit.
Oh yeah, training tops on, didn't they?
Their training top. Yeah. Fenerbahce with all their kit on, their fans with flags and this little League One outfit. Turn up their training gear and score an absolute worldie past Fenerbahce. What a goal, Jeff. Back to you.
So, if I've done the maths right, we're all on to our final round of commentaries now. Is that
I've got
right?
2 left.
Oh, Ben's got 2 left. Okay.
We'll end
on a Ben double header then. Woody, let's hear your final commentary, please.
Yeah, I'm going to try not look at the video for this one. Right, here we go.
Oh.
Hold on, just telling Sky to stop the game a minute.
Hang on, no, carry on.
Right, and here we are. Thanks again, 5 feet. Here we are at this absolutely wonderful stadium, jam-packed, full of fans from both sides. And it is a hell of a game that I think we're going to be in for. It is Swindon Town against definitely the team that should be winning this game today. Here we go. So we've had a rough start from both sides, really, although both sides have tried to go at the game, but it's a bit of a hard pitch to play on. there's been what's going on here? There's a mix-up. It's the defenders playing it back to the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper's misread it. It's gone through. The Swindon striker's in. I think he's hit it, but then he's gone onto it again, and it looks like he might as well have driven it into the goal, Fifey. What a goal. Swindon are in the lead, and this could be one of the upsets of the century, Fifey.
Upsets of the century?
Yeah, I know it.
I feel I should know this, but I can't.
Do you want the
picture
goal
it.
scorer?
Yeah, you can give me the goal score if you want. It wasn't
Roger Smart.
It is Roger Smart. I didn't want to go for the obvious one.
Iron 1969.
Bob Wilson, Ian, you messed it up. Terrible.
I was trying because it's the
It's
only
all
one
your fault.
I watched the YouTube video earlier, and then I went,
It's
all right, I'm
all
going to
your
try and
fault.
remember this. I'm going to try, so I probably fucked it up a little bit.
No, you had it spot on. Yeah,
Nice,
it was.
Woody.
He just sort of followed the ball into the net, didn't he?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
he
like,
was like
he was
cruised in,
carried
yeah.
the ball carried on going, and Smart is running after it, and he's like, "Wow, get in there!"
Oh, Nick, I'm
pure
so
hero
jealous you
2004.
saw that. I am so jealous.
I was thinking too recent. Now, because I've obviously watched that game a few times, like the footage in that.
Mike Dixon's just messaged me and said, "Is that Tyrese Shade's goal?"
It's a typical Tyrese Shade finish.
Yeah,
That.
similar.
Similar.
I would love to see any of the lads from '69 do a shit backflip celebration.
Oh God.
Did a bit of
Never
a-
land them. It'd be alright if he'd landed them, but he doesn't.
Like I feel spoilt because in prime football, when football's at its best for me, you get the likes of Lumanor, Trezor, Luar doing fucking 4 flips
Yep.
into the corner when he
Yeah.
scores. You get Rob Earnshaw doing his and Robbie Keane doing his forward rolls with the guns and stuff.
Yeah.
We get fucking Tyrese Shade stacking it every time he scores a goal. Ridiculous.
After he shinned one from 6 yards. I love
Goals a
it.
goal.
Don't forget his,
Goals a goal.
Ben. Don't forget his thunder bastard from 40 yards.
Thunderbusted from 40 yards off his shin from 6. That's bobbled in off the post.
In his head it was.
Oh, well done, Woody.
Lovely,
That's some great
Tyrese.
comms tonight, Woody. Well
Cheers,
done.
Woody.
For my last comms, then, here we go. Are we ready? And this has been cleared by the defender, but a powerful header by Towns number 5. A nice cushion pass. And is this the time? Yes! Yes, it is! He's beaten the former Swindon goalkeeper. It took an absolute eternity to cross the line. But jingle bells, jingle all the way. Swindon Town have got 3 points on Boxing Day.
Oh, that's poetry. That's Peter Drury shit right there. Come on.
Thank you. Thank you. I saved that one till last on purpose.
Oh, that was diamond gold. Don't have a clue. It's Boxing Day. We played Boxing Day and we beat old keeper.
Must be a late goal then.
It's got probably in the noughties above as well.
I was there at the game.
Oh, so it would have been noughties at least.
It's in the last 20 years.
Former Swindon keeper. Who would that have been then?
Evans. Not that many old keepers play against us.
That's that
Smithy
because they're
didn't go
either,
in. Did
that's
Smithy
because
go
they're either
anywhere?
they're too shit and end up lower down the league,
Yeah.
or end up higher up.
Higher,
So
yeah.
it's trying to think. It's only Vigaroo, but we haven't beaten Vigaroo like that since he left us.
Someone has got it in the chat again.
I don't think Smith's played against us. Lucas not played against us. Gremick's not played against us.
Do you want some clues?
Yeah, go
Better
on.
have.
Okay.
Who's the keeper?
So the player that scored, I have mentioned several times on this pod. I had his name on my shirt. The player who did the bullet header or the powerful header at the start of the commentary has appeared on Fools Rush In,
Oh, Joe Rifle.
and
He was number 5,
the
wasn't he?
goalkeeper.
Oh. Is it Yeovil? Steve Mildenhall goalkeeper, wasn't he?
It is Steve Mildenhall
Was
was
it?
Yeovil's
I
goalkeeper.
don't remember the game, but that's the only one I can think. I don't remember the game.
It's a Mildy in goal.
Well done,
Is he
Liam,
the-
by the way, who got it in the chat. Liam clearly isn't who we
Yeah,
think Liam is.
It's not that Liam. Sorry, Liam.
But yes, you've got all of it right except
I
the
don't
goal
remember the
scorer.
game. I just remember Steve.
Well, you know it's
the only-
Boxing Day.
Yeah.
I don't remember
wouldn't
playing
know.
Yeovil on Boxing Day. I don't remember the game.
I've never been to Yeovil, so I wouldn't know.
So
I've been to
Is it
Yeovil.
at
but-
Yeovil?
it was at Yeovil, yep.
Oh, I've not been on Boxing Day.
So it was a game where Swindon Town had booked an obscene amount of coaches because it was a local derby on Boxing Day, but then half of them ended up not being needed because it was the year that everybody got food poisoning on Christmas Day. And it was a big number 9 who scored the goal.
Collins? No, it would have been him. Number 9. Parkin.
No, between the two, Ben. Somewhere between the two.
Big number 9. Number 9.
Irish.
Oh, Barry Core!
Barry Core.
Barry Core! Barry
Core.
Barry Core!
Barry
Core.
Core. He kicks a ball and scores a goal.
Barry
Core.
Core.
And then does it back him.
I love Barry Core.
He had a
Barry
dodgy
injured.
back, though, didn't he?
Core.
Yeah,
He was a
he
good
had
player if
dodgy
he wasn't.
back.
He wasn't. Yeah, dodgy back. And he'd done his shoulder, didn't he? He popped out and he never...
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Popped out
sure
like
he
every
was
game.
sponsored. What made me laugh? I'm pretty sure one season he was sponsored by a chiropractor as well.
Right. Now-
If you don't remember it, it's not as good as Cox's goal and it's not as memorable as Carnew's miss, but it's well worth seeing just how long it takes the ball to fucking cross the line. It's just rolling and rolling and
I
rolling.
refuse to watch that back because I refuse to believe that Mildy has conceded a goal like that.
So there's a cushion pass and Mildenhall runs out to narrow the angle and Core just basically toe pokes it underneath his body and it just trickles through like the length of the penalty area into the net. Ridiculous. But well done, Liam, who got that one correct. Nick, your final commentary, please.
Okay, and we're back at the county ground. Just look at
Hey!
there, and guess what? It's a night game. It's a
Hey!
night
Hey,
game.
it's a Tuesday night game.
Hold on.
Guess what?
Because Nick loves a game under the
under the
lights.
lights.
Yay! I'm allowed out after dark. Yay! And it's a cup game, another cup game. Absolutely fantastic atmosphere again. County ground rocking. This is going back a bit so it'll be one for some of the older boys to show you the type of game it was. 24,000 packed into the county ground. So you can
So it's
see
not-
what the ground was like back in those days.
So it's not
And it-
Southampton then on the
And
Leon
it was,
Clark game.
it was. You're not supposed to guess till the end. Shut up. And it was a game against a real top team. Town under a lot of pressure. They put a full side out. No, none of this nowadays where they put 6 or 7 changes. This was a full side, and the comment from their manager at the end on one of the Town players who scored the 2 goals that put them out of the cup in the 65th and 68th minute. The comment was, well, that's all he did. Didn't do anything else the whole of the game. So, A, guess the player, and B, guess the game.
Ooh, I think I've got the quote wrong. I thought immediately it was Mick McCarthy's. I'll show me a bum in Burton's window if he meant that.
No.
Jan Fjort's one, but...
I'll give you a clue. This is going back to 1970. So
Yeah, it
it
definitely
might be
wasn't Jan
hard
Fjord.
for
Wasn't Jan, man.
some of you guys to get it. But I'm sure some of our viewers
Come on,
will.
Sean. You got this, Sean. We believe
Sean!
Sean,
Sean.
Sean, assemble!
Right, I'm going to just throw some names out there because I won't know.
It was the top team.
So a top team in the 70s would be Liverpool, or is that too early?
No, Liverpool was the team.
Oh, we played
Oh,
Liverpool.
well,
I don't know, we beat Liverpool.
Okay, come on.
Yes, we were that era. Swindon were absolutely stonking. So I've told you the score because I've said there was the 2 goals in a few minutes, 65th and 68th minute. So we need the goal scorer and the Liverpool manager.
So the Liverpool manager must be
Shankly.
Correct.
Yeah. Back then. Shankly before Paisley, so it was Shankly.
And the clue for the goal scorer is Shankly's comment.
That's all he did all game. See, who would have been? How early in the 70s would this be? Because are we still talking? We got some of the 69 team there.
October 70.
So yes, we will.
Yeah.
Trollope, so Rogers and all that.
It wasn't Don, was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All he did. Only
all he
scored
did all
goals. Didn't work. Didn't put the effort in.
Yeah, he did score 2
Scored
goals.
Two
That's
stomping
enough,
goals,
Bill.
though. Put Liverpool out. Shankly
That's
was-
enough, Shanks. That's enough for us.
Right hump on that, and they had I can't remember the team now. I didn't write it down, but Emlyn Hughes. I mean, they had their Clement.
Emily Hughes played 1970. I thought he was an 80s player.
No, sure Hughes was in their top team. They had.
I remember him on Question of Sport.
Yeah, he was
Listen.
good on that.
Yeah.
Trying not to touch Princess Anne.
Yeah. Emily Hughes.
Come on then, Ben. Hit us with your 2 commentaries.
Now, I'm expecting you'll get this one quite quickly. Looking back and going, yeah, that's a bit easy, this one.
Leeds
But
at
I'm
home,
gonna do
3-0.
it. Nope.
One of them's got to be.
No, neither. These, though, are both the mighty Reds. Yeah. Right.
I think
so,
I know what one is.
So this one, here we go. I'm not going to say the opposition's team name because that's the game you're going to. But I am going to say the goal scorer.
Oh.
So you got, yeah. Well, I won't say the goal scorer.
Okay.
Then. No.
Oh, God.
This is Carpenter for the opposition. He's in the halfway line, gives the body. Oh, it's intercepted by Mooney. Mooney looks up, he's got the forward, like a nice little overlap. He plays a little reverse pass. He's thrown goal, the keeper slips underneath, and Swindon lead 2-0! Unbelievable! The away end has absolutely erupted. The striker was slipped in on goal by Tommy Mooney. He's put it under the keeper, and Swindon lead by 2 goals. And eruption, they're going mental. There's limbs all over the place. Oh my word!
Well, it's got to be Parkin.
No.
If it's not Parkin, it's Fallon.
Fallon.
We only have 3 strikers.
Only needed 3.
We only needed 3.
Rory Fallon.
Well, clearly not, because we did get promoted with them.
That's true. That's true.
What game
That's
was it?
Mooney's fault, though. That's Mooney's fault, though.
Bastard.
What game was it?
So we're talking the playoff season.
We are. Whilst you're doing that, go find the other game.
Gillingham.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Wasn't the Pox, was it?
No, it wasn't the Pox. Wasn't the Pox.
Top of the box.
Come on. The year was 2005. Or 6.
It fucking wasn't.
It was 6. 2005 or 2006.
Was it?
wasn't Yeah. Or may have been 2004. It was around that era anyway.
Yeah, it's got to be 0304
It might have been 04.
because that would be my first season 0304.
Sammy Igo.
See, it's not one of the playoff games, is it?
It is one of the playoff games.
Is it Brighton in the playoffs?
It's Brighton in the playoffs when we went 2-0 up. That, if you I watched the goal back and we all have a go at Tommy Mooney, that reverse ball to slip Parkin in, just to completely dumbfound the Brighton fans who just like turn like, oh shit.
Just going back into the chat.
Yeah.
London Crooner got there nice and
London
quick.
Crooner. That ball, though Mooney got a lot of stick and stupidly
Rob was there as
starts
well.
playing for the flag with quarter of an hour to go. And it's his fault for the equaliser. He did that reverse pass to Fallon was sublime. Right.
Nice. Go on then, Ben. Hit us with the last one.
Well, talk amongst yourselves. I've got to bring it up.
Woody, quick question for you. No time to really think. Instant reaction. If I asked you to name Your 2 most memorable Swindon goals, what would they be?
Rory Fallon's bicycle kick.
Bicycle kick, yeah, nice.
And I don't know. Oh, Owen Doyle's goal against Plymouth on New Year's
Nice. Nick, 2 most memorable goals, go.
Day. That's quick anyway.
Well, it's got to be Don at Wembley for the 3rd goal.
Yeah.
So the games I was at, and De Vita at Plymouth.
Oh, yes, Rafa.
That was just such a superb move. I mean, that was class football, 1-touch class football. Yeah, De Vita Plymouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine would
I
be,
remember that.
mine would be Connell against Wigan.
Yeah.
And probably Flint against Brentford.
Yeah. I thought would be up there against Warsaw.
Yeah,
That was
nice.
just... I like the Flint goal. Bullet header.
McCurdy against Man City.
Yeah, well...
Kane
Well, the
against Crawley.
Sorry, mate?
Kane against Crawley.
Do you know what? In the commentary bit, when I put that he silenced his critics, I changed that because initially I put he celebrated in front of his critics.
The counter ground. Ah!
Well, no,
It was-
because where he celebrated, there was Ned, me, Woody, Kieran right in front of him.
Right, I'm good to go, by the way.
Go on then, Ben.
Right, so cast your mind back
Oh dear.
a few years.
I've not been very good at this.
Right, now think of the...
Stop giving clues. Do the
no,
commentary.
I'm just trying to think. Right, okay. Oh, bloody stupid thing.
Thank you very much to Shah, who's retweeted the link to tonight's show.
Oh, Shah, love you. Right, here we go. So it's a long ball into the Swindon box, thrown in. They're desperately trying to seek this equaliser here. The ball's pumped in and it's cleared by Flint and headed away, clearly. Now, nearly said the team, picks it up from the halfway line and throws it back to the goalkeeper who punts it forward for a bit of a long run, but it's intercepted there, and it's a long hit forward by 70 yards or so. It's gone through for the keeper. It's bobbling in. Swindon have won it in the 93rd minute. What a goal by hit the ball from a clear 70 yards. Absolute humdinger for 70 yards. He wheels away in front of the Swindon faithful. Travelled all the way up north to watch this game, and Swindon Town have won this game 3-1 to go top of the league and to go top of League One, and much deserved. Surely the league title beckons. Does it, fuck?
I can
Tranmere.
picture the goal.
Was that Roberts, wasn't it?
Roberts, yeah.
Gary Roberts scores from a good 70 yards versus
Yeah.
Tranmere. Punts it up after everyone was up.
Yeah.
I nearly went to that game as well, and I bailed at the last minute. I was so good.
I was at that game. I loved it. I remember the
Sorry, Ben. You know you don't have to hold your fake microphone when you're actually just talking to us.
no, I'm carried away in the role now. I'm talking Nichols.
He's method acting.
I'm method acting now, darling. Sweetie. Method acting, darling. But no, I remember that because it was the day after Paolo left.
Yeah.
And we went up there. A win would take us top of the league, which it did. And at full time, they all came up to the away end. Well done, Cozzy. They all came up to the away end. He says that every time. And he pointed to all the Swindon fans, and then he pointed to all the players, and he says, "Us and you, just us and you." And we were all celebrating, all top of the league and everything, and it was all fun and dozy, and we thought we were going to do so well, and then it just petered out. It's a shame under McDonald, but it was good times, and it was a great game. We played brilliantly. Gary Roberts came out of himself after Matt Ritchie left a little bit. He was one of our better players towards the end of the season. Got a lot of stick, which I thought was a little bit harsh, because obviously it was Matt Ritchie on one side. What a combination on each wing there. Like Matt Ritchie and Gary Roberts. They were quality players.
That's
No
the
wonder
reason
we
we're
were
in the financial
amazing.
state we're in now.
Kind of, but that was we had such a good team.
No, someone else was to blame for that, Fifey.
Yeah, but to be fair, it was if Black pulled his money out, if he kept him going to the end of the season and sold the club properly, then we wouldn't be the shithole we are right now.
You mentioned McDonald there and saying it all turned shit when he came in. I went to his first game, Coventry away.
Coventry away, that last minute winner. Yeah, no, I was at that game as well. Yeah, that's it. Danny Ward, not Danny Ward. What's his name? Darren Ward. Header. Last minute, and we took 5,000.
Yeah.
That's absolute mental. And the rest of the stadium was bloody empty.
Yeah.
We were singing away. The casino as well there was amazing. I loved it in there. A little bit of blackjack before the game started. Loved it. It was like a Champions League round before the game. It was wonderful.
Well, so thank you guys for participating tonight. I've actually really enjoyed this. This has been fun. Definitely something that I'd throw in
good
the
idea,
mix
Woody.
again.
Well done, mate. That's good.
Just a reminder, coming up in the next week or so, Rich is hosting an episode on Friday where he doesn't know the content, and I'm going to have everything prepared for him beforehand.
So you're just going to lay it on him, like,
I'm just going to
just
lay
before
it
he goes
on him.
on?
I'm just going to tell him to press play, basically.
Oh, you've recorded the content. So it's pre-recorded content.
No, the show will be live, but I will have pre-recorded something for him.
So you'd have a little video going, oh, so it'll be like The Apprentice when he says, welcome, I've got a little mission for you guys. This week you'll be doing this.
Something like that.
That's all right, I've got it.
And then Monday, all being well, we've got our Jackbox episode.
Jackbox.
Indeed. As well as much more fun and games to come over the next coming weeks. It's not all going to be games. We have got a couple of other things planned as well. But it is mainly going to be fun and games for the next few weeks until the pre-season content really kicks in. But yes,
God for that.
please do watch on Friday and see what I've got in store for Rich and the lads. I will see you again next Monday. Thank you very much for everyone for joining in. And congratulations if you managed to get any of them correct, especially if you got them before we did. We've been Fools Rush In. We'll see you again on Friday. But until then, good night.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Take my hand, take my whole life too, but I can't help falling in love.